Hey guys, I hope you guys are all doing well. I just wanted to go through the PowerPoint since we didn't get to do our in-person meeting. At the end of it, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to email me, but I wanted to get this information out before we do tryouts. Alright, so game teams this year, it's a little different. You guys are going to do all the same school events, the back to school events for the teachers, football games, basketball games, but on top of that, we're adding volleyball games, water polo games, soccer games. You guys will be doing all the playoff games, and then on top of that, for whatever sports make valleys, we'll be attending valleys as well, and then the WAMS showcase. For those of you who don't know, varsity is seniors and juniors, JV will be juniors and sophomores, and then freshmen or frosh will obviously be the freshmen. Competition teams, we may or may not have one or two teams. I would like to have two teams, but if we only have one team, that's totally fine as well. You guys will be doing the school events, football games, select halftimes. So you guys will be in the elementary spirit night one, and then you guys will be in senior night, and then you guys have all your competitions, okay? So you guys don't do basketball or any of the other games unless we are asked to attend those. And for each team that we have, or if we only have one, any grade level is allowed to try out. All right, so game team. Okay, this year, because of the circumstances we are in, we are going to do everything online. Comp, you guys are trying out April 14th, 15th, and 16th, and then we will announce teams by April 18th. And then game, you guys will be the 21st, the 22nd, and 23rd, and we will announce teams on the 25th. Now, if you try out for comp and you don't make a team, you are more than welcome to try out for game, but you have to make a whole new application and a whole new YouTube video. That's just the easiest process at the moment. So how this is going to work is, for example, comp, on April 14th, I'm going to open up your links to all your material and your tryout application. You will have until April 16th at 7 p.m. to turn in your tryout video. Now, you guys need to make your YouTube video first, because your YouTube video link, you are going to have to copy it, and there's a section in your application to paste it in there. So how you're going to get all that information is you guys are going to go to the Sanger High School cheer website. So the easiest way to do that is, I tried to put the link in here. I'm not sure if it'll work, if you guys can copy and paste it or click on it when I send out the PowerPoint. But if not, all you have to do is go to the high school website. You click on departments, and then a cheer link will be right there. So you just click on cheer, and it'll take you to our actual website, and it'll have all the material and your application link. Your application is going to be done through Google Forms. So make sure, if you guys don't have a Gmail, you guys need to make a Gmail, and it's totally free, and you can use it just for tryouts and then never use it again. That's totally fine. But you guys got to have a Gmail, especially for the YouTube video as well. If you have any questions, you guys can just send me a message on Remind, and I will do the best that I can to help you out. Game, you guys, your links won't go live until April 21st, and then you will have until the 23rd at 7 p.m. to turn it in as well. Okay, we're going to get into the handbook. The next time we actually get to meet together, I will have these all printed out, and then you guys can sign them and turn them in. But until then, we're just kind of going to walk through it. Athletes' expectation: be a leader on campus. Do not be a follower or someone that gets into trouble. You guys need to be positive role models. You need to be enthusiastic about cheerleading. Don't talk down on it, whether you like it or not. You need to show school spirit all the time, and you need to work hard. Being a cheerleader on the Sanger High campus, you guys are always being watched. There is never a dull moment where there is nobody watching you. You are being watched all the time. Those of you that know, our program is a family. We are not going to be a program that is split up based on teams. You guys need to support each other no matter what team you guys are on. If you know me, you know family is very important to me, and the only way we can be successful is if we are a family and have each other's back 100%. Not only are you guys representing yourself, but you are representing our program, the school, the coaches, and the community of Sanger. Like I said, you guys are watched 24/7, so you guys need to be doing your best at all times. All right, here are some automatic dismissals from the team. So any negative or raised voiced verbal altercations between a coach or another athlete, any use of paraphernalia, lying about missing an event, and any physical altercations at school or within the program. Like I said before, we are a family and we all need to respect one another. All right, here are some automatic. Okay, so for academic expectations, we are going along with the school handbook, a simple minimum of a 2.0 GPA. If you guys fall below the 2.0 GPA during the first week grading period, you guys have the next 6 weeks to get that GPA up. So you have to have your 2.0 by the 12-week grading period. If you do not have your 2.0 by the 12-week grading period, then you are non-priv and you guys can't participate in any cheer or any of the events going on at the school until the next 6-week grading period. And remember that grades fluctuate during the 6-week grades. So you could be down and have a 1.8, and then a week later go back to a 2.0, and then go down to 1.8 and back to 2.0. It doesn't count. Everything goes off of your progress report. So if you have a 1.8 but you get it up by the progress report, then you're fine. All right, moving on to attendance. We have struggled with this a lot, so we're going to try and crack down way more this year. You guys made a commitment to this team and a commitment to the program, so you guys need to attend and be on time to all practices, games, competitions, and program events. If you are late to practice, you will have 10 burpees for every minute that you are late. If you are late to a game, you will still have the burpees, plus you will be benched for a quarter. 3 tardies is equal to 1 absence. Therefore, you will be benched for a whole game once you reach 3 tardies. If you reach 3 absences or 3 benched games, you will be dismissed from the program. If you miss a practice the week of a game, you will be benched from the game. Being benched means you still must be fully dressed and attend the game, and you can only sit with the coaches. You may not sit with your parents, and you may not sit with your friends in the student sections. If competitions or events are missed, there's a possible removal from the program. All right, practice and game expectations. Being on time means being there 10 minutes early, dressed and ready to go. Do not show up to games with 1 minute to spare, but you still have to do your makeup or you still have to put your hair up. You guys need to be on time, ready to go at least 5 to 10 minutes before you guys get there. Come to practice mentally and physically prepared, okay? You guys need to come to practice ready to work hard 100% of the time, and the same for games. Practices are closed. If family members would like to attend, please discuss this with the coach beforehand. That means boyfriends, girlfriends, siblings. Well, if you have to babysit your siblings, we'll figure that out. But everything else, like you guys, nobody is allowed to be at any of the practices, okay? That means they can't just like sit off to the side at a bench. Like they need to not be around, okay? Do not abuse the athletic training room privileges. So if you guys have to go to the athletic training room, you go, you get whatever you need to get done, and you come back, okay? Cell phones are always to be put away and on silent during practice. This year, each coach will have a cell phone box for the athletes to put their phones in. You guys will not be keeping your phones because you guys try and hide it and go in your backpack, and it just leads to too many distractions, okay? So we will have a cell phone box, and they will sit by the coaches at all times, and then when practice is over, you can have your phones back. You guys need to be wow. Be respectful, coachable, and positive. No profanity or negative comments toward team members. This can lead to conditioning and, if continued, dismissal from the team, okay? That includes social media, guys. We see everything that gets put on social media and everything that is said. Just be nice to each other and be happy, positive people. It is not very hard. The only way to get better is by working hard and giving 100% every day. You will not get better if you come to practice and only practice 50%, or give 75% one day, 100% another day, and 80% the next day. You have to give 100% every day. That is the only way you are going to get better. All right, now moving on to being a good teammate. As a teammate, you are supposed to build each other up. Do not tear them down. If you do not like one of your teammates, then just don't say anything. You don't need to go around telling everybody else why you don't like them or what drama you have with them. Just keep it to yourself. Keep a composed attitude and just get your job done at practice and move on, okay? You guys need to be someone that others want to be around. Make those around you feel better. Always put the team and teammates before yourself. Sorry. You guys need to lead by example. Other people and athletes are always watching you. Being a cheerleader on the Sanger High campus, you guys are always under the spotlight at all times. People are watching you guys 24/7, even when you're just walking around campus on a normal day and you're not in your uniform, okay? Make sure we are not gossiping even on social media. Like I said, if seen or heard, you will have one warning and then you'll be dismissed from the program. We are not putting up with that this year. It's ridiculous and it needs to stop. Any negative verbal or physical altercation between athletes will be an automatic removal from the team, which we stated. And you guys need to develop good sportsmanship and character. We need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. Cheerleaders need to be seen as spirit leaders and just leaders in general on campus. People that we can look up to, not somebody that's going to talk bad about us and put our program down. Okay? So we just need to have good sportsmanship and character at all times. All right, athlete-coach communication. So communication is key in any relationship. You guys need to tell the coach directly and in advance about missing a practice. And be honest, missing practice for hair appointments, nail appointments, eyebrow appointments are unacceptable. If you have a dentist or a doctor's appointment, you will be required to bring a note to the next practice signed by your dentist or doctor. Okay? Also, not being able to come to practice because you have homework or anything like that, that goes back to the time management stuff, okay? You guys need to learn how to manage your time and be able to handle going to school and cheer. If you can't handle that, then probably not a good idea to be in the program. Do not tell a friend or a teammate to inform your coach that you will be late or you will not be at practice. That is not okay. It needs to come directly from you. Okay. At times, coaches will send out informational messages. Just respond back okay, or like one of the little thumbs up, just so we know that people are getting the message. Sometimes our reminds, they don't always go through, or the bands. So just make sure you guys respond with a okay or a smiley face or a thumbs up, just so we know everybody's getting our messages. All right, athlete, coach. All right, event performances and game participation. Performing and cheering is a privilege and is earned in and outside of practice. So stuff that you do outside of practice, like on social media or in the classroom, can affect what happens on in a routine or during practice, okay? Performing and cheering is based on attitude as well as performance. Some factors that can impact performing and cheering are attendance, attitude and work ethic, leadership skills, team chemistry, and your skill level. Being positive and hardworking teammates at all times, guys. No sulking and pouting and failure to support teammates. We need to support teammates at all times. Even if it's a spot that we wanted, if it's given to somebody else, you guys still need to be positive teammates and support the other athletes on your team. All right, athlete and coach. So, athletes and coaches, we need to have respect for one another. Athletes, you guys need to realize that we are coach, we are not your friends. So, there needs to be that boundary. And the same goes for coaches to athletes. Communication between the athlete and a coach is vital. A good way to start the conversation would be, Coach, what can I work on to help me get closer to the front? Do not come up to us and be like, why am I not in the front? I'm better than that person. Okay, you guys need to be respectful and just ask how you can get better. Athlete, parent, and coach. So if there needs to be a meeting for whatever reason, try and schedule the meetings before or after practice. Parents, please do not come to practice like in the middle of practice and try and talk to a coach, because that's going to end up being a distraction for the other kids. So please try and just wait until either right before practice or right after practice. Injuries. If there are any injuries, please communicate with the coach or an athletic trainer right away. Okay? Some people try and hide it, and if it's a serious injury, that's not okay. Just be open and let us know what's going on, and we will work with you from there. If you are injured and or sick, you are still required to come to practice. If you are sick and you miss practice, then that still counts as an absence. Now, if you have a fever or you are constantly puking and you can't even make it to the school, obviously you need to stay home because we do not want to spread anything. But if you are just not coming because you don't feel good, you have a cold, like whatever it is, you still need to come to practice, okay? You are going to have to pay attention just in case we are changing routines or working on stuff for games. Doctor's notes, proof of a fever or consistent vomiting are the only expectations to stay home. Like I said, so if you do go to the doctors, we need a doctor note, okay? We also need proof of a fever. I don't want to see you vomiting. We will just trust your word on that one. But you guys need to come to practice whether you're sick or not, okay? All right, athlete conduct. Before and after events, games, and competitions, athletes, you represent Sanger High School everywhere. So, especially if you are in your uniform, we do not want to see you posted up by a tree, making out with your boyfriend, or getting into it with another student at the school. You guys are being watched 24/7, like I've said 1,000 times before. So you guys just need to make sure you are representing yourself, your family, and the school very highly, okay? Class attendance, athletes need to attend all classes and be on time, okay? For game day, you guys are required to go to at least 4 out of the 6 periods on game day, okay? So make sure we are just abiding by those rules. All right, athlete conduct. All right, parent-coach relationships. It is my goal to have a positive relationship with parents that is based on mutual respect. Parents, your guys' job is to support your athletes and encourage positive behavior. You may set up a meeting time with coaches if needed. Like I said before, just try and make sure it's either during school, it could be during my prep hours, or before and after practice. Their coaches' jobs, it is our job to prepare athletes during practice time to be successful at games, events, and competitions. We also will communicate with parents about any issues or logistics. Parent booster involvement is super important. We highly encourage and appreciate any help that we can get. The more people we have involved in boosters, the more that we can raise and do more stuff for the kids. However, parent involvement does not impact the performance of your athlete's status, okay? But we really do, boosters is a great thing, and the more people that we have in there, the more ways we can benefit all of our athletes and the program. So make sure you guys come out to booster meetings. They're usually the first or the second Tuesday of every month at 6 in the front office, the main office. All right, just like a couple little side notes. This year, no nails, not even your natural nails long. I tried to do the nice, you can have them super short, but that didn't work. Even if you were going to formal and prom and all that stuff, you are more than welcome to get them after your last practice, but they need to be off by the first practice, okay? If not, coaches will either cut them off, you will have to cut them off, or you will count as a missed practice, okay? We can't, it's just too much, so no nails at all. I don't care if they're colored. You can have lime green nails for all I care, but just no long nails, not even your natural nail, okay? See the Sanger High Athletic Handbook for other rules and procedures if needed. Life lessons are learned in cheer. That's a big one. I am very big on teaching life lessons throughout the year, especially with my students and athletes, okay? The last thing we're going to talk about is uniforms. Now, this year we were going to do uniforms, but because of the circumstances we're in, we're not going to do new uniforms this year because I'm not sure how fundraising is going to go quite yet. So nobody will get new uniforms except the incoming freshmen, okay? So how this is going to work, incoming freshmen will receive their uniform. If you were a freshman in the 2019-2020 school year, your uniform will go up with you to JV, okay? And then if you were on JV and you make varsity, you will obviously have to get a new uniform. Or if you were on JV and you make JV again, you'll have to get a new uniform as well. Now, through the school, you guys can do a loaner, so you don't have to pay for it, but you have to return the uniform back to the school by the end of the year, okay? And then we also, your purchase uniform we can do as well, but we'll go more into depth after we have tryouts and we figure out what's going on with our circumstances. We'll go more into depth about uniforms then, okay? All right, so our practice schedule. For the summer, the program will practice together on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 5:30 to 8. And then, well, as of now. And then during school game, you guys are going to practice on Monday and Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30. And then comp, if we have two teams, that is going to be awesome. But we will practice together Tuesday and Thursday, 3:30 to 6. Okay, so you guys are only practicing 2 days a week this year. If coaches feel that they need to add an extra practice for whatever reason, they may. During competition season, practice may be added based on preparation for the competition. So, for example, the week of Valleys, we will practice 4 days this week. We will have a mandatory Saturday practice January 16th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in preparation for Valleys. If you are not at this practice, you will not be in the Valleys routine. The week before Nationals, we will also practice 4 days that week, okay? Yeah. All right, so comp, this is your tentative schedule. Some of the dates may change because they're based off of last year's dates. If we do have two teams, both teams will be at Nationals and both teams will cheer at Valleys as well. Okay, so basically both teams will cheer everywhere. So November 7th is the Clovis North USA qualifier. So to qualify for Nationals, both teams will be going to that or just the one, whichever one we have. January 23rd is the Clovis High Pep Classic. January 30th is the Buchanan Invitational, which is like a pre-valleys, and then February 6th is the actual valleys, and then February 19th through the 21st is nationals. So this is the tentative schedule. Some of the dates are pretty set. Some of them are still just based off of last year. So the more I know, I will let you guys know as well. All right, so that's the end of the PowerPoint. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and email me. I know it was kind of short, straight to the point. We will talk about uniforms after tryouts happen. But if you have any other questions, please let me know. Don't forget to click the link below to look at the PowerPoint for tryouts.